to you guys, so thank you. All the questions here tonight, especially about climate change and about all of the other stuff, is really important. And children in prison with the for-profit GEO group that donated to some campaigns here. But I want to ask about Amendment 4 again. Do you think it's right for to require American citizens to pay a fine before they can exercise their constitutional right to vote? All Americans should be able to vote. I think this is a poll tax. This disproportionately affects the poor. As a prosecutor, you know that there are people sitting in jail without trial because they cannot afford bail. People that accept plea deals because they literally cannot get out of jail while they're awaiting trial. They are supposed to pay these fines before they can vote. Is there any other fines people have to pay before they can vote, besides this poll tax?
Why do rich fellas get to vote?
I'll try to touch, there's several different issues in addition to Amendment 4, I'll try to touch on all of them. It's not a poll tax. A poll tax has massively racist implications.
Exactly, so does this. And so does
Here's what I think. I think when a victim sits in court and hears a judge pronounce a sentence, that they expect that that defendant is going to complete whatever the terms of their sentence are. If this was a fee that was not attached to their sentence, 100% it is not something they should have to comply with. But you're also having a philosophical conversation about fines in the criminal justice system. And there are fines in the criminal justice system that turn my stomach, that I don't like. Driver's license suspensions is a great example. We suspend lots of driver's license for all kinds of different things. It doesn't help people get to work. It doesn't help them provide to pay for their fines, to raise their families. It's a problem. It is a huge problem. We have another huge problem. It's how we pay for our justice system. So we have to figure out, as lawmakers, if we take away this funding mechanism, we have a balanced budget. We're not in Washington. We have a balanced budget amendment, which means our books have to balance at the end of the day. So where does that money come from? We have to take it from somewhere. There are lots of fines in the criminal justice system that I find unjust, that need to be changed. So I think a substantive conversation about money in the criminal justice system is wildly appropriate to making sure that we're getting just outcomes for people. That's not what we're talking about in Amendment 4. In Amendment 4, you had language that was offered to the voters, that when it was approved by the Florida Supreme Court, they said what it meant. It was our job then to implement that language.
It was not your job.
It's not. You didn't
Why-
have to interfere.
why did you need to
It's
pass a law?
self-executing. You didn't have to
It was
interfere.
not your job.
It
Why
was
did you
not.
tell
You
me?
stuck your nose in it. You didn't belong there.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I invite you all to go watch Mills, right? John Mills argue in front of the Florida Supreme Court, and that question comes up. Well, does this need to go to the legislature? You did not define these terms. Does it need to go to the legislature? And he said, the advocate, the lawyer for the amendment, said it would, that those terms would need to be defined. The only way that we define terms is by passing bills, by passing laws, which is what we did. So we implemented the language. That doesn't mean that I don't think that we should have conversations around fines in the system, how we change
What are
it,
you
if
gonna
we're going to
do to
change it, how
fix
do we
this?
pay for it, including you brought up bail reform. We did some things this session in our criminal justice bill to figure out, are there things in the bail space that could be more fair? Does somebody need to sit in jail on a trespassing charge because he wasn't supposed to, walk through the mobile gas station? Those kinds of things to try to get rid of the cash register justice in some of the crimes. So I think all of that is extremely appropriate for the legislature, and we're looking at figuring out ways in order to deal with that. But I don't think those are necessarily the same issue when you have legal terms that you have to implement versus having what I think we're having, which is a philosophical conversation about how do we have a justice system when there's money involved.
We voted the way we voted.
I got a question. Jesus.